Hello everyone, it's Shady.
Hey guys, Giacomo.
Hey everyone, it's Luke here.
And we're from Milan Club Melbourne doing a Rossoneri Roundup video for this international week, which we're getting towards the end of it, just a week away from watching our beloved Rossoneri. And today we've got a very special guest with us. We've got Stefan Ciccarelli, who is a lifelong Milanista. He's a founding member of Milan Club Melbourne, and believe it or not, he's top of our fantasy league as well. So real all-star with us. Hi, Stefan. Ciao.
Yeah, how you going? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. It's our pleasure. It's always good to have always good to have hardcore Milanisti with us, and yeah, you fit the bill quite nicely. Stefan, what we usually do is we usually start off with the questions: how did you fall in love with Milan? Why the Rossoneri for you?
Yeah, it's an interesting story. It's a famous story in my family. It started off with my uncle when he went to Italy on one of his trips. This would be about 1986. I'll try to go to the story as quick as I can. I was born in 81, so I was about 5 or 6 years old. He brought back 3 shirts from Italy: Milan, Inter, and Juve. And I have 2 brothers, so the 3 of us. They were gifts for us. And my dad is a Juve fan, and we didn't really know much about it, of course. We didn't know anything, but we wanted the black and white because my dad said this is the best shirt.
Yeah.
And my oldest brother got the first choice. I think that's how it goes. He chose black and white, and he's a Juve fan for life.
Ever since.
And you can see how it might be going. My other brother, which is my twin brother, he preferred blue. I preferred red. So we chose our shirts, and we never looked back. It came to those Sundays watching, Serie A on SBS and things like that. And we'd always be like, is that my team? Is that my team? Is that my team? And Dad would be like, no, try go for Juve. And we're like, no, I'm sticking with our team. So
that's my color, I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, we're quite passionate about it. And it's strange because I do love tradition in family and following what your dad does and all that kind of thing. But I've gone against it, and I'm making my son a Milan supporter as well. He has no choice about that. He's already got 2 uniforms. He's only 1.5 years old, and he's got a 3rd one on the way. A nice number 8 Tonali on the back.
Nice.
Yeah,
it sounds like your uncle almost wanted to divide your family.
Well, he did, and with my twin brother, with the Inter supporter, we're both huge supporters. Our dream one day would be to be at a derby, of course, together. He had kids early, so he wasn't able to go recently. I'm having kids now, so I really can't go right now for a few years. So hopefully it'll all work out eventually, and we can share that experience or something. Yeah.
Awesome. That'd be a special moment. Is there any moments that stand out to you since you've been a fan since the 80s that sort of just resonate with you as a supporter?
Will have to be the Champions League wins. Even getting Liverpool back after they beat us, that was a painful one. And other ones when I was a little bit younger, they were big. Winning the Scudetto was massive, but I sort of took it for granted back in the day. Now I would love die to be up there again.
Yeah. Used to do it for fun back then, huh?
Yeah, for sure. But we'll probably like I said, those SBS days watching it on a Sunday were pretty special to look back on. Just the amazing players every team seemed to have, and even the kits were glorious. Yeah.
Well, the league in the 90s was, from what I've heard, obviously I wasn't kicking around too much back then, but from what I've heard, it was pretty special to watch and exciting. If you had to pull 2 or 3, we'll say 3 players, we asked this to Bjarne a few weeks ago when he was on. If you had to pull 3 players out from any Milan team going back to slot into our team right now, which 3 do you think that they would be? It's a tough question, but it's a good one.
Yeah. Well, my favourite player of all time, I always say number one is Robbie Budgell. So I'll have Budgell in any team, any day of the year. He can just make magic happen. He would be good. My second favourite player always is Maldini. We have a great left back at the moment. You know, Theo Hernandez is doing well, but you can't go past Paulo. Then I always say, I do say Pirlo is my third favourite, but our midfield is quite strong at the moment. I feel, you know, Benacer and even Tonali getting in there, Kessie, of course, are quite strong at the moment. So maybe Baresi, throw him at the back and he'll run the show a little bit and get things started from the back.
If you if with Ibrahimovic and Budgell both in the team, who's taking penalties?
Budgell.
Budgell?
Especially
you're not concerned
They're both
about...
shooting over the bar. Huh? They're both shooting. Oh boy.
I think they're both going over.
Yeah. I actually have this. I've got a few tops here. I'll show you a couple. I've got this. Talking about Baresi, I got this Baresi T-shirt that has a captain's armband attached to it. Bit of a nice one.
Yeah, it's a bit of an older one after the Copa. Huh?
Yeah. I got another crazy shirt. George Weah.
Oh, that's
this kind of thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Amazing.
That's cool.
Stuff like that.
Oh
wow.
Mental.
That's a classic.
Incredible.
Love it. You got a whole bunch, but
yeah. And
Well,
I was going to ask you actually about the one you're wearing right now, Stefan. Is that the 91 after we won the European Cup in 1990? Because we won Kappa back then, and then we went to Adidas for about 3 seasons. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a beauty.
Yeah. It's a bit old. It's starting to fall apart a little bit, but
that's a classic.
That's a ripper. Yeah.
Was your collection? It was your collection about halfway through the year that pretty much went viral. I think, Stefan. Your collection of shirts.
Yeah, I could have made it better. I felt. Dog had just ran over it all and messed them all up. You couldn't see them clearly. Plus, I would have liked to add a few other shirts. My dad's born in Abruzzo, so Pescara is a team I follow as well. I've got a bunch of shirts from. I'm a quarter Sicilian. I've got a couple nice Palermo shirts and Boca Juniors and love collecting. Me and my brothers do.
Yeah. You're like one of those soccer players that has the room full of shirts.
Oh yeah, I wish. I would like to do that one day. Yeah.
If I'm looking, I mean, talking about drawing parallels between Maldini and Theo Hernandez, obviously not really parallels, but I mean, we do have a good left back, let's say that. You see the season playing out. I mean, we've started really well, had a couple of hiccups, but overall, how do you see the rest of the season playing out? Still early days.
Yeah, I've watched the league games. I haven't watched the Europa games, but we've looked quite strong. Even in the 2 games we drew, I felt we were almost unlucky, which happens in football. Unlucky not to win those games as well. So I'm pretty happy with how we started. It will be difficult to keep the consistency, I think, especially if we rely on Ibrahimovic too much, which we can sort of see starting to happen, I think. And he's the man. He's awesome. I love him, but he's 39. I don't think he can do it twice a week at such a high level. He might. I hope he does. But to replace him at times, I'm not sure. What, Rebic? I don't know, Leao sometimes. I know there's the young ones, Colombo, Maldini. I'd love to see them to get a bit more time. I think if you're asking me my predictions, I would probably think I'm an optimistic guy. I'll go. We'll make Champions League. Maybe second on the ladder.
That would be good.
Yeah.
First would be even better, but I mean, it sounds more realistic. I mean,
Yeah, and maybe next year first.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
When you were talking about that, the same thing about needing some replacement for Ibra, right? What did you have? I mean, let's get Stefan on board on this, but what were you talking about in terms of like the profile of the kind of player you'd want us to sign? Because there have been a lot of rumors.
Yeah.
Already we've heard a lot of things.
We need. I think we need somebody that can come in and sort of take charge of, because we play with one striker leading the line. So the young guys, you can see they've got some talent, but they just don't have that that ability to take control yet, like Ibrahimovic does. And I don't think that Rebic and Leao, they just don't slot into that role well enough. They're more of they play like the winger type wide role. So someone that I'd like the look of and think would fit in is somebody like a Kramaric from the Bundesliga. I think he's at Hoffenheim. That sort of fit of somebody that can score goals and take control as the leading man is who I think we should go after.
Yeah, well, I agree exactly. You need that pretty strong person to be that main striker. I would love some more Italians in the team. I know it won't happen, but I wouldn't mind like getting Belotti or even Immobile or something. I know it's dreaming a bit because they're asking for who knows what to sell those guys. But yeah, look, hopefully there's another player like you mentioned or something that can be quite strong up there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wonder if Belotti would because Belotti is a Milan fan as well, right? I wonder so that would be a huge. But I mean, I wonder if he'd be able to come in knowing that he'd probably, at least for this season, play like second fiddle for the rest of the season. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
I even thought
that's the tough thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I even wondered why we got rid of Piontek. I thought he could be good to learn from Ibra and then take over. I don't know.
It was a strange. It was because it went Cutrone, and then we jumped off him as soon as Piontek came in, and then we jumped off him. We've just kind of been bouncing around through strikers.
Yeah, a bit messy.
Yeah, it's like we're too reliant on. It's like we want to be too reliant on one person. When Piontek came in, he was like the savior. And he started so hot at Genoa and he started well with us, and he was like the new savior of the club. And then things started going downhill, and we didn't have any reinforcements because we just want to sole focus on that one.
Yeah. And now we're doing that with Ibra, right? We're like Ibra reliant, and he's playing all the European games.
Do you think though, Stefan, that with we've got even though I think we're almost the youngest club in the top 5 European leagues at the moment, I think, but we do have a few older heads. I mean, Romagnoli, we've got Ibrahimovic, Kjaer, Donnarumma, even though he's 21, he feels like he's 30. Do you think that it's a bit different now than maybe 2 or 3 years ago to bring in a player like Piontek or a Cutrone or something that it's actually sustainable?
Yes. Yeah. I think we've sort of got a good base almost, I think, at the moment where we can do that. And they are quite young, but they're gaining a lot of good experience. I wasn't too sure about the Europa League, but I've come along, and I think it will be good for the younger players to get that experience of, you're part of the game twice a week and traveling and all that kind of thing. I think now might be a better time to get another good player in.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Talking about bringing good players in there, I think this is secondary to Hakan's contract renewal going on, being a bit of a saga or a drama right now. But we linked during the off season, during the summer, to Dominic Slobozlai. I always butcher the name. I'm really sorry. Of Red Bull Salzburg. He's done really well, and he's done well during the international break as well. He's getting linked as well to Arsenal and a few other clubs. Do you think he would be a good fit for us? And do you think that's just so we can kind of get Hakan to play ball and lower his salary demands?
Well, I like both those ideas, trying to lower his salary demands, because I'm a fan of Hakan. I think he's got a lot of quality on the ball and has that bit of creativity. But we can't be stupid and pay him ridiculous amounts of money where it doesn't make sense. Yeah. I think this other guy, this Hungarian guy, I think he'll be a good option from what I'm hearing. I've never seen him play, so I can't really comment, but I keep hearing and seeing that he does score and creates a lot of chances as well. So I think I'll be up for that.
Yeah.
I think we're almost just crying out for a second option to Çalhanoğlu. And I think even he is almost wanting it not to be that sole attacking mid that we have.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we can even fiddle things around every now and then. I'm not sure if Tonali can push up a bit sometimes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because he did play. He used to play a bit further up at Brescia early on, I think.
Yeah.
So
We all saw him last season, like bossing games, going forward, creating chances, scoring, assists, the sort. And Stefan, we've talked. The three of us have said this quite a few times. Like Giacomo was saying, the three of us are like huge like Tonali stands, so we all want him to get some more of game time. But we've been talking about, because we've got two good pivots in the middle with Kessie and Benasser, we don't see why not. Just push Tonali up, get him that game time. Right? Do you agree with that? Do you think he's got that kind of vision to play that number 10 position?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Yeah, and I know he's settling into the team, but you've seen patches of him having that vision and playing that pass to the striker through ball or some kind of creativity. Yeah, I want to see him. I want to see it happen. Yeah.
We're all so desperate to see it.
It's like this season. It's like it's our substitutions and tactics is almost like a game of FIFA, where it's like Pioli's standing on the sidelines and it hits like the 85th minute and he hits the panic buttons because he realises he hasn't made any subs and he just brings on random people in random positions just for the sake of it, you know.
Those suggested subs you just press triangle, you just bring whoever comes up.
Yeah, exactly.
Those late subs have always sort of done my head in. I get it if you're trying to interrupt the play, you're under the pump, let's break it up or something. But half the time, you're giving someone.
And with players, I think with players like Tonali, young kids that essentially he was the biggest signing of the season, almost in the league. The fact that he came to us and we're putting him on with 2.5 minutes left to play, it's almost like, to me, it's almost like an insult, to the kid's ability. It's like, here, go out, get a little bit of experience, almost like you haven't played the last 2 seasons bossing the midfield at a team in the league.
Hopefully
I agree.
More time. Yeah, it's still early days. It's a long season, but I get your point. Yeah.
And as you said, Stefan, that it wouldn't be the worst for those European games just to give, like, whether it be every game Tonali plays in Europe and gets his game time up there. I don't know, but I think those European games would be good for that.
Yeah, and I don't know what you guys think about Krunic, but I'm not a fan.
He's a hard worker, but I mean, there's not much more to say after that. I guess I don't know, but I could be wrong.
Nah.
What about talking on the kind of topic of players that we're not the biggest fans of?
Yeah.
What's your thought on Castillejo?
Oh. He's entertaining when he's like funny to watch, kind of thing. He's I don't know if he's a big confidence player or something, maybe, but he can be good and he's fast and that, but I think he's probably needs to move on. Maybe we've given him a chance and we can probably try something better. Maybe. What do you guys? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I'm not sure what sort of salary he's on, but I mean, Salimakers he's overtaken him this season, and then I'm a big fan of Brahim Diaz as well. So I think he can play left, right, and middle. So I think he's overtaken as well. So if anything, he's third in line at a minimum for that spot, and I think we're probably wasting our salary on somebody that's third in line.
Yeah. Wasting a lot of minutes on the pitch as well when he gets a starting spot.
Yeah.
He's a hard worker, like you guys all said, but I agree with everything everybody said. He's definitely not first choice, at least.
Yeah. With Diaz,
his
there any option to buy him? I don't think so. The loan.
It's a dry loan, but apparently we're going to discuss mid-year on the buy option. But if he keeps playing the way he is, it might get a bit funky with Real Madrid trying to play hardball, I think.
Yeah. Well, here's another one, obviously, to take Hakan Çalhanoğlu's spot for sure.
Yeah.
Stefan, one last one. The obvious one. Is Gigi staying or leaving? Donnarumma, is he renewing?
I thought he was going a couple of years ago when we got Reina and that whole drama. So I was happy he stayed, and I'll say he's staying. He's fallen in love with the club and sees us moving up, and he's going to stick it out with us a bit more, I hope.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks.
I think he's definitely repaid the club's faith in him the past couple of years. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Have you got any
Sorry, no, you go, Jackham.
Sorry, Shady. Have you got any tips for us in the fantasy league, mate? Because no one can seem to catch you at the moment, and I'm just sitting around 10th. I can't really make a move.
It's a bit of a fluke, but I don't think I've made any changes to my first team I made.
It's working.
I love some of those players
I was just saying, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Sorry.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. No, I don't know. I like a few of those players by their funny names: Chicho, Caputo, and a few others. But I do like to watch as many games as possible. At least watch the highlights. I suppose my wife and family are lucky it's on not all day and night. Like, I suppose, if AFL footy was on and all that during the day, it's all weird times when I'm trying to catch up here and there. I like to watch as much as I can. I do try check out the Italian players a little bit more, just because I want the Italian team to get back up there a bit. And, it's a disaster not qualifying for the World Cup and all that. I actually, it was my honeymoon and I was going to Italy. And I went, obviously, but the plan was it was around the World Cup time, and I was going to go watch Italy in the World Cup, and the idiots didn't qualify. So I still watched Australia, and I managed. The wife was good; she came over to Russia for a week. We watched Australia, Peru. The Peru fans were incredible; they were so much fun. I actually swapped shirts with the guy next to me after the game, and it was just a brilliant experience.
Almost a good thing for your wife. You probably got to see a bit more of you.
No, exactly. Because if the World Cup game's on every night, I'll be trying to watch them. So it was actually probably good.
Yeah, I think I've scrubbed that World Cup from my memory though.
Yeah, no, good idea.
Yeah.
Well, Stefan, this has been amazing. I think we all really enjoyed this so much, and it would be so good to have you on later on in the season as well.
I'd love to.
We'd love to
I'm
have
coming
you
from a family where I'm the only massive Milan supporter, even my mates and stuff. So it's so good to have some people who love the club and the team, follow it as closely as I do. It's just, I'm so happy for all you guys to keep the club going and build it up. And I love being a part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're lucky to have you as part of the family, part of the community. Definitely. All right.
You're welcome.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thank you so much, and we'll get together. I think before the Napoli match, we'll have a chat again. Look forward to it. Hopefully, Mr. Pioli's feeling better. Let's hope none of the players contract COVID. As always, Stefan, thanks a million once again, and as always, guys, Forza Milan.
Thank you.
Forza Milan.
Forza Milan.